Inside a small, modest home attached to a grocery store, Joseph and Catherine Maggio were fast asleep. The day had been long, running the store, serving customers, locking up late. Then, something shifted. A figure stepped inside, moving with eerie precision. A gloved hand reached out, gripping an object, a straight razor. Its steel edge caught the faint moonlight. Suddenly, a sharp noise broke the silence. A gasp, a rustle of sheets, a moment of chaos before everything fell silent again. Minutes later, the figure moved towards the front door, leaving the house in eerie quiet. By morning, the truth of what had happened would send shockwaves throughout the city. The Axeman of New Orleans had begun his reign of terror. The Axeman's reign of terror began on May 22, 1918. When the bodies of Joseph and Catherine Maggio were discovered in their home at the corner of Upperland and Magnolia Streets. Joseph, a well-known grocer, had suffered fatal wounds, while Catherine, his wife, had also been attacked. Their home showed no signs of forced entry. A straight razor and an axe, both found at the scene. Investigators questioned Andrew Maggio, Joseph's brother, since the razor was traced back to his barbershop. Andrew insisted that he had heard only faint noises and thought nothing of them. His nervous demeanor made police suspicious, but with no evidence linking him to the crime, he was released. The city was horrified, but this was only the beginning. Just over a month later, Louis Bessemer, another grocer, was attacked in his home. He was struck with an axe, but miraculously survived. Bessemer's lover, Harriet Lowe, was also critically wounded. She later made a shocking accusation, claiming Bessemer himself was responsible. However, her statements were inconsistent, and after 2 months in the hospital, she passed away from complications. The police initially arrested Bessemer, but he was later cleared when evidence pointed back to the same silent unknown assailant. The grocery store pattern was now emerging, but authorities failed to connect the dots. Anna Schneider, 8 months pregnant, was attacked while she slept. Her husband found her the next morning, severely wounded but miraculously alive. Despite the horrific attack, Anna recovered and gave birth to a healthy baby just days later. This attack did not fit the grocer pattern, leading some to wonder if this was unrelated. But then, the Axeman returned, and his attacks grew more violent. A small-town grocer, Charles Cordomiglia, was found critically wounded alongside his wife, Rosie, and their 2-year-old daughter, Mary. Tragically, Mary did not survive. Rosie later identified 2 men as the attackers, but inconsistencies in her statements led to their acquittal. Some believe she was pressured into naming the innocent man. By this point, panic had consumed New Orleans. On March 13, 1919, the Times-Picayune received a letter. It was postmarked from hell. Esteemed mortals, they have never caught me and never will. They have never seen me, for I am invisible, even as the ether that surrounds your earth. I am not a human being, but a spirit and a demon from the hottest hell. I am what you Orleanians and your foolish police call the Axeman. The letter went on to make an eerie demand. On the night of March 19, I will pass over New Orleans. If you have a jazz band playing in your home, you will be spared. That night, the city was alive with jazz. Bands played in every bar and every home. No murders occurred. Why did so many victims own grocery stores? The early 1900s saw the rise in mafia extortion, especially within the Italian-American community. Many grocers refused to pay protection money, making them easy targets. Some people believed the Axeman was not a single person, but a cover for the mafia retaliation. The attack served as a warning: pay up or suffer the consequences. But without proof, the theory remained just a theory. The last known Axeman attack took place in the home of Mike Pepitone. He was fatally wounded, but his wife witnessed a shadowy figure fleeing into the night. And then, silence. The Axeman was never seen again. To this day, no one knows who the Axeman truly was. Was he a serial predator attacking at random? A hired enforcer settling mafia debts? Or something even stranger, a legend that took on a life of its own? Over a century later, the Axeman remains one of the most terrifying unsolved mysteries in American history. What do you think? Was the Axeman a lone maniac or something much darker? Let us know in the comments below.